Good evening, everyone. Welcome to 5-Minute Bedtime Stories with Missy Lane. I have 2 stories that I want to share with you tonight, and I actually want to dedicate them to my friend Sarah, who lives all the way in the state of Washington. So I'm reading stories to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I'm going to dedicate this story to a little girl in Spokane, Washington. Thanks so much for watching, Sarah. These 2 stories are just for you. Good night, Moon. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of the cow jumping over the moon. And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs and 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens and a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb, and a brush, and a bowl full of mush, and a quiet old lady who was whispering, "Hush." Good night, room. Good night, moon. Good night, cow jumping over the moon. Good night, light in the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. Good night, clocks. And good night, socks. Good night, little house. And good night, mouse. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. Good night, nobody. Good night, mush. And good night to the old lady whispering, "Hush." Good night, stars. Good night, air. Good night, noises everywhere. The end. So that is a classic story that you boys and girls probably have all heard of before, but I bet you it's a favorite too. I think Goodnight Moon kind of never really gets old, does it? But one story you may not know of that my friend Sarah in Washington introduced me to was a book called Goodnight Circus. I never heard of this book before. So I requested it just for tonight's bedtime stories. So who is in the circus? Who would we be saying goodnight to? Let's find out. Night elephants. Look at the little baby elephant in the cradle. Night strong man. Night chimpanzees. Night bareback rider. Night tightrope walker. Night clown. Night lion tamer. He's sleeping with all those lions. Oh my goodness. Night ringmaster. He's the one that's kind of in charge of the whole circus, right? All of the animals. That's called the ringmaster. He does the announcing too. Night circus. Now you see the circus tent. Everybody's inside the tent fast asleep. The end. I hope you enjoyed tonight's stories. I'd like to sing 2 lullabies with you before we leave. We'll sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and then we'll sing God Bless the Moon. Okay? Twinkle, twinkle first. Put up your fingers. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Very good. Thanks for singing with me. Let's do the moon song. I see the moon and the moon sees me. God bless the moon and God bless me. And God bless you, boys and girls. Again, good night to my friend Sarah, and good night to everybody out there watching. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time on 5-Minute Bedtime Stories with Missy Lane. Good night.